Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right. First ever YouTube video, but I'm going to go ahead and get going for this reading. So this is definitely going to be a love reading, but I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. Somebody misses you. I know they all do, right? They all do. I really want to kind of start off with this reading as far as just seeing what's the overall energy, because I've been feeling a lot of longiness kind of going on, or from masculines. I'm also hearing loneliness. That could be another thing. Your person could be very lonely right now, okay? This is clearly somebody you're in separation with. I'm immediately going to get a no contact period is kind of happening right now. Generational karma, are you kidding me? Behaviors and experiences and unresolved issues being passed down through family lines affecting descendants. Okay, so, and then sticks and stones right here. So yeah, there's a reason I brought up like your person could be very lonely right now, and as bad as it sounds, there's a reason I kind of felt like an eye roll of somebody misses you, because there is some going on behind the scenes, okay? They could have like went through some form of generational karma. I don't know why I'm hearing this out of your person, but it's kind of like they have picked up some traits from their mother or their father, and there has always been a repetitive karmic cycle that has gone on through their family tree, and I feel like it's been, quote, normalized, and I feel like something has kind of back-ended them of, nope, it did not work out in their favor. What is that about? Nostalgia trap right there. Yearning for the past, preventing growth, only remembering good memories and dismissing the bad. This collective. And like, there's a photo right there. I feel like this person, believe it or not, like, so you may be aware of it, you may not be, they still have photos of you. I think they're going through, I don't know why. I could be hearing out of this collective. And again, by the way, I go long and detailed for a reason. So if none of this applies to you, sits right with you, you don't want to hear what I have to say, that is okay. I will return some other time. But I'm kind of hearing maybe this collective is maybe the opposite. Maybe you are in nostalgia. There's something maybe you're beating yourself up over. Maybe this collective, you've deleted photos off of your phone, or maybe you transferred photos into like a photo album or onto your laptop. There's something with this collective. There's something to do with photos. 444 on my time. It's not as easily accessible as it used to be, okay? It's like maybe when you do think about this person, you would get so triggered, so you would keep the photos away from you. Like I said, for some of you, you could have completely deleted it. For others of you, it's like you transferred it somewhere else. It's like you put it in a dusty corner so you don't have to look at it. There is something about maybe every time you looked at photos of this person, it would really do something to you as far as put you in your feelings a little bit. Okay, but regardless, I think your person is sitting and looking at photos of you. Let me see what this generational karma is going on about. Let me see about what's going on with that. Unspoken feelings, and again, by the way, on my readings, gender doesn't matter. When I say feminine, masculine, doesn't matter who your person is, but especially, for example, if I'm talking about if your person is a man, okay, and let's be real, and I disagree with this 100%, men, a lot of men, young boys, unfortunately, are taught at a very young age, and I feel like that is what's happened to your person. Now, I say all this, I'm not justifying behaviors, but I feel like they have been taught at a very young age of that big boys don't cry, you're not hurt, you don't talk about feelings, suck it up, be a man, and even if, your person is a woman in this case, they were clearly raised in an environment where feelings were not talked about. Maybe they did have parents where things were always brushed under the rug. Maybe they had, family, parents that never really divorced. They just stay together just for the kids, or because that was just the thing to do in their generation. That's where I'm saying but I'm also taking this generational karma as more generational curses are being broken right now. So it kind of gives me a sense of maybe your person, the biggest karmic energy I feel like that has been involved in your person's life has definitely been family. And it's because I felt like and again, I'm not saying their behavior is okay, and obviously I'll break down how are they feeling, how are you feeling, etc. But they were truly raised in an environment where talking about feelings and opening up was always brushed under the rug. Wow, this got kind of deep real quick. And I feel like, and with that unspoken feelings, it's talking about also secret feelings, and like an understanding has been implied. Clearly this person's never really told you how they felt. They never really opened up their vulnerability to you, and don't make it fit. I don't think this person's ever really been vulnerable with you about really anything. Not saying that they haven't talked about parents, or they haven't talked about what kind of childhood they have, but when it comes to you and opening up to you, this has clearly been a struggle for this person, okay? And I feel like that was one of the many things that have always separated. It's like, this is definitely a masculine, again, gender doesn't matter, that anytime they would get too close to you, boom, they would shove you away. They didn't want a part of it. Let me see what else for the top row. Heart to gold. Someone with pure intention, shows their true colors, exceptionally kind and generous. Okay, this is nice. I feel like whatever is coming, and again, per usual, use discernment, guys. If you don't want this person back, that is completely okay. I'm just the messenger. I do feel like whatever is coming next is going to be intentional. And I will say this, do I think this person ever meant to be toxic towards you? No. I think immediately there's a reason this is being shown to me, and I feel like this collective, you're kind of aware about it, is like they may have really, you know, like I said, kind of grew up in a family situation that, you know, feelings weren't discussed. Like men, for example, were not meant to show emotions. It's like this person never felt safe to embrace their feminine side. Again, gender doesn't matter. They always had to be, quote, tough and a man. And again, even if this is applying about a woman, same thing. They've always maybe been raised in, like I said, an environment where, like, stop crying, you're not hurt. Maybe they did kind of grow up in more of a strict household, a very traditional household. I'm also hearing religious trauma on their end could be a big one. Let me see more about this generational karma, because there is something with that generational karma. There's something that has came to light with your person, especially if I'm bringing up parents, that maybe there's something that came to light about their parents of like, wait a minute, none of this was ever okay with how you raised me, how you treated me. Why is it glitching right there? Anyways, like how, like, you know, this was never okay. There's been an awakening that has happened. And it's like, you guys affected me more than anything. But I think also this collective, you went through something too. Generational karma. Okay, and then I got incel right here. Unable to engage in sexual relationships despite wanting to, leading to feelings of frustration, anger, resentment towards society or women. This is going to, and again, I feel like this is, and this could even apply to you. Maybe you and this person have had similar childhood traumas in a certain way. However, I don't think this collective, you were immediately, I don't think you've dealt with the, and I could be wrong, and like I said, for some of you, it very much could, of that, you know, big boys don't cry, men don't cry, don't show feelings. You could have shown feelings, but maybe the both of you have experienced fathers that have treated women very poorly. And I think there is something with that generational karma. There is something that has happened with the both of you separately. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. This is not okay. How you, and I'm hearing the way that it could be both of you, where your fathers have talked to your mothers. It's like, wait a minute, that has never been okay. I don't want to be like you. That's what I'm saying. There's something, I'm getting generational curses have been broken. Nostalgia trap. Winning streak. Everything you touch turns to gold. You got game. Unbroken chain of achievements right there, okay? That's what I'm saying. Your person could have, and I'm even hearing this could be the both of you. There's one or both of your families could have really pushed you to be number one at all times. You know what your person reminds me of? And the Breakfast Club could be very significant. I forget the guy's name, and no, the jock. When he's explaining to, you know, the other ones are right there, and when they're all sitting in a circle and talking about, you know, how crappy their parents were. That's kind of the image I'm getting between you and your person. You guys maybe have truly bonded over how your parents really treat you, and maybe that is something that really, as bad as it sounds, connected the both of you because you guys developed a trauma bond. But you know, when they're talking the circle and the jock, he's explaining how his dad always pushed him to be when the jock was talking about how his dad always pushed him to be number one at everything, and if he was like down at the bottom, like he was really hard on him. That's kind of what I'm getting, that your person was kind of, that's what I'm saying. Your person, I felt like, grew up kind of in a stricter home, and like I said, you could have very much have been dealt with very similar things yourself. I feel like in a way this is kind of both of you on that sense. However, I feel like the only difference with you though is I think majority of feminine energies are very more open with their feelings. This person was not, okay? So I feel like that part was more of your person's in, as far as feelings weren't discussed. Things were always brushed under the rug. Maybe that's maybe a sign you notice is if you met this person's parents, it's kind of like that, oh gosh, they should have divorced years ago. They are not, and I think, and as bad as it sounds, this person always, and I don't mean, when I say all this, I don't mean to trigger this collective, but maybe always painted you, again, treating women like as something that is very significant. And again, I'm coming from both of your fathers, okay? There is something about maybe this person has always treated you like they could brush you under the rug. And maybe there is a guilty conscience going on with their person, that maybe they know they haven't treated you the greatest. And let me make this so clear about my readings, okay? If we're talking narcissistic abuse, this is not your reading. Let me make this so clear. I will never do readings about that. So if your person was any of those labels, no point of watching the rest of this reading, okay? Unspoken feelings, because I'll never promote that nasty behavior. Power plays, strategic actions, manipulation, upper hand, withholding information. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this poor collective, like they could have played seriously mind games on you. They could have they've always treated you like, because they've got the upper hand on you on certain things, and that is definitely not okay. Heart of Gold. Drama detox. Yeah, I could be truly, I'm going to be honest, I could be talking about a twin flame pairing or a true soul tie that is going on, because clearly I don't think whatever this person is going through right now, you're very much aware about it. And again, I'll break down how is this collective feeling. Let me do a couple more and I'll be, a few more and I'll be done. But I don't think this person's really in your energy radar. I'm going to be honest. Oh boy. Toxic, can't resist even if it's not good for you. Bad boy, girl, irresistibly bad, guilty pleasure. I brought Breakfast Club. You guys could be that couple where your person's more of the jock. Your person could be a very athletic person, and you were kind of the girl that was like dressed all in black, but they got together, in the end. That's what kind of gives me like two opposite people, but you molded so well together. You guys got each other. And I'm bringing up her character for a reason. Maybe it's a little bit, they grew up in a strict household. Maybe, unfortunately, this collective, you grew up in a household where you were ignored. You weren't, they really didn't care what you were up to. They really didn't teach you a lot of, I'm bringing that up for a reason. Winning streak. F around and find out. Took a risk and pushed boundaries and experienced the consequences. Not the best idea. Learned the hard way. I think, unfortunately, you dealt with the person that always prioritized family, friends above this connection, and look what happened. Crocodiles could be very significant to you. Dodging the question. Avoiding or evading direct question. Changes subject. Gaslights. Avoids accountability. Yeah, I don't think this person's ever apologized to you for the way they treated you. And right now, I think, and if there's a reason I'm saying your person's very lonely right now, I think they're sitting with their emotions. I think they're sitting, when it comes to you, I think it's like a shell shock of, I didn't treat my person the greatest. And that's where I was saying from, the very beginning, I don't think this person, not saying it's right, I don't think they ever meant to. That's what I'm saying. Let me make it clear. If this person was really horrible to you, this is not your reading. As far as abuse or any of that, no. I think this person's like, I thought I was protecting myself, my person. In reality, I was playing weird mind games with this person. Oh, what have I done? And maybe there's been memories of this collective. You tried to call this person out on their own BS, and they were like, nope, I'm always, and that's another thing. I'm hearing your person always did that. I'm right, you're wrong. One more. Still standing, not giving up, give it all you got. Someone tried to break you, nothing can break you, unstoppable. They're not letting, they're sitting with this, but they're not letting this break them. And I think they got a harsh reality check when it came to specifically family. And now they're seeing with, wait a minute, what have I been treating my person this entire time? What have I done? It's kind of like, let me get through this. Let me sit with my sob story. I'm going to get right back up. Nice. Very nice. Now, let me see now as far as how... Oh gosh, I'm almost dropping everything. How do you, to really note this is still your reading, I want to see how's this collective, how are you feeling towards this person, okay? How is this collective feeling towards this person? So I got planetary vibes and miracles. I think for this, and again, do not make that, if this is not how you're feeling towards this person, I'll be back some other time. We know the drill with me, okay? I think, not that you're waiting on this person, but literally with that miracle, I think you are hoping for a miracle when it comes to this person. It's like there is truly this belief that you hold, even after all the ways this person has and that's the most like thing that this person's ever done to you. I think this person's always shoved you away, and they could have done it in a very harsh and cold way, but there is a reason. I feel like how you know about their parents is not a secret to you, because there is something about, you're very aware of how their family dynamic is, and it's like, ouch. And again, you clearly have had memories of trauma bonding. You guys may have had, quote, similar childhoods on some form of sense, okay? Yeah, a spiritual awakening, breaking free, connecting with higher self. It's like you've always kind of done that. In a matter of time, they're going to get it. Or like I said, are you waiting on this person? Not exactly, but you're kind of hoping for a miracle. Fireflies are very significant. I'm hearing the song by Owl City, Fireflies. I like to make myself believe. Planet Earth. You know, that song is all about being in a fairy tale, and I feel like that's how you are. Maybe there is something you're doing right now is like, I know this kind of sounds cuckoo, or maybe you used to do this. Even the person's not in the room with you, you would always imagine having a conversation with them, or what it's like snuggling with them in bed, or, you always, even though you guys are set, you could feel their touch. There is truly, wow, still a lot of love you hold towards this person regardless. Deep wisdom, read between the lines, be wise and pay attention. You can see the truth clear. That's what I'm saying. As bad, I don't really like that saying a lot of times of, don't take it personally. Because no, if they hurt me, if you hurt me, that's personal. But it's more of, you understood always why this person's always behaved the way they did. And again, it came from childhood. But because I also feel like there is something about you also became wiser. And that's why I'm saying you're not waiting. Wise as an owl. Owls could be significant as well. The grasp of greed, materialism, selfishness, possessiveness right there. That's what I'm saying. You're not waiting on this person, because I will say I'm tapping into a collective. You understand your self-worth. I think because of what this person's always treated you and what you both have been through in your lives. That's what I'm saying. I could really talk about a twin flame pairing, okay? You utilize that pain into mission work. You could be a tarot card reader. You could be into spell work. I'm really talking to a little witchy person. There is something about, how to scavenge, if I'm saying that right. I don't know if I am. You know how to collect things. Again, like the fireflies. Maybe like I'm a little talking to a witchy person yourself. You know how to find certain plants, certain herbs. Like you know how to go forage for things. That's maybe the word I'm looking for. But regardless, how you feel, there is something that this person brought this out of you in a positive way. There's something about mission work you're into. Soul family, soulmate, soul contracts. You believe it. That's my person. I don't think let me make this clear. I don't think, spiritual death. Rebirth process, dark night of the soul. Yeah, this person puts you through, and this person could have broke you. And again, I'm getting more, they pushed you away. They told you to go. And like I said, they could have done it in a very, very much cold way. But regardless, you're like, regardless of whatever happens, however long it takes, that's my soulmate. That is my person. I will never let that down. And that's beautiful. You have faith. You have a heart of gold. And I think your person sees that. I think you have empathy like no other. I think you empathize with people even when some people don't deserve it. I'm seeing a really kind, soft, sweet collective. You know how to help people even through their darkest time. And like I said, like the three women kind of surrounding, that's what I'm saying. There something about a coven. All right. Oh, okay. The world completion, new worlds opening up, rewards with hard lessons right there with that planetary vibes. Everything here is very spiritual, very witchy when it does come to how you look at this person. You really do. I think this is a collective. You sit with the everything happens for a reason. But you look at it so positively, though. Okay, then here we go. We got sleepless nights, lack of sleep. That could be another sign you're going through right now with that missing you. If this person's staying up late at night, and again, like I said, this is still how you feel towards this person, you could be having a hard time sleeping right now. Like you could be up like like an owl, just bug-eyed all through the night. You're, take care of your, I'm hearing, what's that tea? My brain is left. Chamomile. Drink some chamomile is what I'm hearing. Like maybe you like chamomile tea. Take care of yourself, okay? That could be a big sign is you're not sleeping properly and you're like, what the? That's what I'm saying. I don't think in a funny way this person's in your energy radar. I said this earlier, okay? I don't think you're doing the, oh my gosh, my person's coming back. I think you're hoping for like a miracle. I think you wish this person nothing but the best. I think that's why I was saying one way or another, you like feel like this person's bound to come back to you one way or another, or this is bound to work out in one way or another. You're really trusting, but I don't think you're seeing be like my person's coming. So this reading would be like, whoa. Okay, that makes sense, but I don't think this person's in your energy radar right now. I really don't. I don't think you're like, that's what I'm saying. Like you do wish this person the best. I think there is a little detachment going on. Not a bad thing. You're choosing you. Yeah, not amused, fed up. That's exactly what I'm saying. Don't care anymore. Hard to please right there. That's where I'm saying, like, even though you wish this person like nothing but good graces, I think you are smart enough and logical enough to be like, well, if this person's going to come back, they're going to have to really woo me over. If they shove me so many times, you are intelligent enough to not chase this person. That's where I'm saying, even though you wish them the best at distance, it's like keep that over there though. Come back when you're actually ready. And maybe that is a memory you told this person. It's like, please stop coming in and out of my life if you're not ready. I said that actually for a reason. This person could have always had a habit of coming in and out of your life. And if they do, it's very short term, okay? Soul family. Ocean of tears. Emotional loss, defeat, deep sadness, regrets, and mistakes. I don't think this collective you've ever experienced a heartbreak the way you did with this person. Maybe with that not amused, maybe before, if you've had other relationships before this person, every time a breakup, you'd be like, I'm laughing. Maybe this collective every time, like maybe, or even people, maybe for some of you, you did kind of move on after this person. For some of you, anytime like a breakup, whether you initiated, they did, doesn't matter. You're like, bye. You were like fed up with them. With this person, it was different. I feel like this was like maybe the first heartbreak you've really experienced ever. Like I said, not saying you did it in your own way in the past, but not the way this person did. And it was because they left. Yeah, loyal companion. I miss my best friend, especially if you guys kind of did bond over trauma. That built a bond between the two of you. It was more of a friendship too as well. Let me do a couple more and then I'll get in your person. Blessed union and straw into gold. Meant to be together, divine mission. Creating something out of nothing. I feel like this collective, you really do believe all of this was not for nothing. This person didn't come to my life for no reason. I feel like this is a collective. This is a beautiful one. You know how to turn your lemons to lemonade. Even if this broke you, this hurt you, you understood them, but at the same time, you don't tolerate their nonsense either. There is that perfect balance this collective has. Don't make it fit. If you're holding resentments, this is not for you because everything is nurturing kindness. You know how to take care of things. I'm hearing you could be a cat person. You could have cats. Cats are very significant. There's something about your eyes. You have siren eyes. which is very rare. That, especially if I'm talking to a woman, siren eyes are very, you could, it's like maybe you know how to switch from doe eyes to siren is kind of, I can't do that, but like, that's just but how you look at this person, very beautiful, very forgiving person you are. Don't make it big. All right, now let me see. How's this person feel about you? We already know they're in longingness. I know that. But what are they thinking about? Especially sleepless nights. If they're up thinking about you, they're definitely thinking about something. What's going on? Oh, cleanup crew in the Knight's Tale. They're trying to clean up the mess that they made. They're figuring it out. Like I said, right now, there's a reason earlier in the video, I feel like your person's doing the let me kind of sit in my sob story. Let me sit in this for a moment, and then I'll get this crap together. They're thinking about a way to actually provide. This could be potentially an upcoming union reap. I'll get into tarot, of course. How do I clean up the mess that I made? Radiant sun, confidence, optimism, fulfillment. That's what I'm saying. Let them gain the confidence. I'm hearing Leo energy is very significant because I'm seeing that as the sun card. And that's another thing about this person is I think, believe it or not, they kind of look at you as very, very confident, especially if you're out doing mission work, if you are doing stuff online, or if you're promoting a business or getting yourself out there, they're seeing that. They're like, I feel like they look at you as you are glowing more than ever. And especially if you're pulling off this energy of, I'm not taking your crap anymore, they're a little nervous to approach you. They don't know what to sit and do with that. Yeah, balled up, holding back certain emotions. They're kind of like, I don't know what to say. Where before I felt like this person had no problem coming into your life to say or do whatever, where now it's like this is kind of a now or never thing. Especially if this person is sitting in remorse for how they've always treated you, which is not good. You got the same thing, that not amused, fed up, don't care anymore, hard to please. And that is something I feel like planetary vibes. Are you kidding me? Same thing. A connection with the cosmos. Let me do one more for that not amused. What are they not amused about? Drama, family. I'm telling you, they're fed up with their, everybody else's nonsense. What have I always said? Feminines, you deal with everything internally. Masculines deal with everything externally. That's exactly what is happening right now. But as bad as it sounds, I feel like, and again, I feel like subconsciously this person is always presented to you as they were also hard to please. Maybe this person, as bad as it sounds, that's something they may be in a reflection about, is they weren't very appreciative of you. Do I think they meant to? No, I feel like it's a subconscious thing. And that is something that could have woke them up and be like, wait a minute, my dad treated my mom like that, and yet I treated my person like that. There is maybe a memory, and I don't mean to trigger this collective. Maybe you did something very nice for this person. This person could have came off very, oh, thanks, like not very amused by it. And again, I think that is something, again, that may be a memory they're reflecting on. But with that circus in town, yeah, they're over their parents. That's more what I'm getting parents. They are over it. Radiant sun. Perfect match made in heaven. Moth to a flame. I feel like this person pursued you. You were the fire and they were the moth. They were just so drawn towards you. And with that hard to please, I'm hearing for some, and again, this person could have moved on after you, but again, I think your person is very hard to please, but in their own right, you are too. It's like the both of you, because you both got the same card. I think it's like it takes a lot for you guys to fall in love, and I don't think either of you have found love and tell each other. That's why I think this, separation has been so painful for this collective. Yeah, unhealthy choices, clinging to an unhealthy relationship. Like I said, I feel like it could be the both of you. Maybe this person did move on, and it's like, they didn't fulfill them the way you did. Same thing with you. Maybe for this collective, you moved on, saw other people yourself. Solar eclipse. Unexpected major changes, cosmic intervention, powerful changes of the heart. I think they are fed up with their own BS. I feel like your person is, and again, I think the both of you, but you are a little bit different. You both are very rebellious people. And maybe that is something you guys maybe have bonded over is, I'm kind of getting a memory of like you two, maybe you guys would talk about your childhoods and like how many times you guys would like sneak out of the house or do something, but you would never get caught. And if you did, again, I'm getting a little bit of rebellion. Maybe you guys exchanged memories of how many times like as a kid or even now as an adult, like you kind of, I guess, bended the system a little bit. Like a Bonnie and Clyde almost, but not going to prison. Not that far. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys were like the perfect duo. There's that unhealthy choices. Clinging to an old relationship. Careful who you let in. And I think the biggest realization your person has hit, and there's a reason I'm hearing out of, maybe even for your parents as well, this collective as well, there's something about this person's parents, like they should have divorced. Why are they even together? Like they do not get along. And maybe your person was hitting that, generational karma, generational curse of being stuck with somebody they're really not happy with because they were grown up in traditional values, old-fashioned values, when in reality that's not who this person is. They're a little rebel. They're meant to break the system, not mend in with 90% of society. Unfortunately, I think your person has chosen other societal views over this connection. Let me do a couple more and I'll move on. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast could be very significant. The Grim Reaper. Breakup, divorce, I'm telling you. I think maybe there is something that is going on with their parents, that there could be a divorce going on. Major differences, but I feel like for this collective and you and this person, not saying there is a societal difference, because for some of you it could be an age gap is more what I'm seeing, but again, two different family values are happening right here a little bit. Very similar traumas, but two different family values. I think but even then, I'm also hearing your person could really be cutting family out. And again, I'm getting a father figure. Maybe there has been a confrontation of, you're not a good person. There is a call out of some form, and maybe this collective, you went through something similar yourself. Wow. All right. Oh, that's not going to fit. I'll do that later. Okay. Now I kind of want to see, what is this person's next intentions towards you? Let's hope this will be good. What is this person's next intentions towards this collective? Four of Cups in reverse and Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Three of Pentacles. With this Pentacles energy, I'm going to be honest, it's going to take I feel like this is going to take this person a minute for them to come in, because there's a reason at the beginning of this reading I said they're kind of doing this, let me go through my pity party and I'll get it together. That Four of Cups in reverse, it's actually pretty good. They're no longer wanting to reject your cup, but they also are in this position. They know maybe this is not the right time, especially if I'm hearing that their parents are going through, there's a downfall going on with the family. There's an uncollaboration that is currently happening right now. I don't think your person's very stable at all. So they may be in a position, as bad as it sounds right now, they may not have too much to offer you right at this moment. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Let them get the heavy earth energy coming out of here. Let them get out of their sob story. Yeah, Queen of Wands. I'm making my way back to you, babe. Na, 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 na. I don't even know the rest of that song. Okay. But yeah, then I got that Five of Swords. Right now, they're in a minding. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a slow process, unfortunately, before I could really see. There's a reason I said this collective. This person's really not in your energy radar too much. I don't think you're getting a whole lot of signs or signals saying this person's coming, they're coming, they're coming. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The High Priestess. This person is sitting too much into a brain fog. Right now, they're sitting more in the nostalgia of you. They're really in a mind ache. They're beating themselves up right now. I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like this will come in until fall. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if your person's in a position, if they lived with family, if they're being kicked out of the house right now. This person's not in a stable position right now. That's what I'm saying. There's been some drama that went on. Like I said, this person lived with their family. I think they're getting kicked out right now, but they are in a position, they have nothing to offer you, and I think intuitively you know that. But again, if you've listened to this reading so far with the High Priestess, you're aware of that. If you are in this spot, I feel like if this is truly your reading, you'd be like, okay, because again, you're hoping the best for this person, but you have this belief within you. Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Lovers. I feel like this person could be sending you signs. I kind of want to cry that, there's love there. It's like I'm coming, but just wait. Not saying you should. I always preach to everybody, you should never wait on anybody, but this person may start seeing you signs of like, hey, this is what's going on. Give me a minute. This person is literally going through an ego death right now. Let them go through that. It's got to take, and especially if you guys really are a twin pairing, that's got to take a minute to go through, especially for masculines. Are they going to be all the way moose out? No. But if they just went through something dramatic, it's got to take a minute. There's something about their stability. For some of them, they could even have lost a job or their money because of this family. Just saying. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. Queen of Wands, Six of Cups. They're coming. Not right now. And I will actually get into, I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to get into fall time because I keep feeling fall time. This person's going to make an entrance. Right now, yeah, like I said, I heard this person could have lost a job or their money because of this family. Like, this family could be strict and crazy. Just saying. Okay. Let me see, how does fall time look for this beautiful collective and then their person? Oh, that Six of Cups rolled up. Sign, fall time. I know that's a way, but they're going through an ego death right now. They're not in a good place right now. Just saying, okay? Fall time. Now we're talking Page of Wands. Good news. I'm being excited now that I'm hearing fall. But again, this is really a reading. You know your energy. You believe in timing. Right? Right? Nine of Cups to Six of Swords. Fall. The Devil and the Three of Swords. It flopped out. Let's be real. Sometimes karmic energies, and again, family could be very much karmic. Just because, you were born within that, it doesn't mean that they were not there in your lifetime to teach you a lesson. Sometimes I say karmic, I'm getting goosebumps sign. Karmic energies can sometimes be just as brutal as breaking up with a soul tie because it's something you've been conformed to, especially with this person of maybe family values for so long. And now that's why I'm feeling it may take a few months because now they're rewiring everything they thought was normal is no longer normal. They're going to get back up on their feet. I think this family has messed them up right now financially and stability wise. Whether they have to go move right now, they have to go get their own place. They are crashing on somebody's couch right now. They don't want to be a bother of you right now, especially if this person's always come in and out of your life and really played mind games and everything. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And good for them. I prefer, as bad as it sounds, they don't do that because I'm not a big fan of masculine energies coming to their feminines like that when something goes wrong in their life. They're putting their big boy and big girl pants on and learning things out in their own right. Okay. Okay, and then I got the King of Swords. Let me do one more for the King of Swords. Why is that there? Okay, and then the King of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. I just said they'll get back up on their feet. There is something about they're going to tell you the truth, or maybe there is something that is coming up. I will say, I don't think this person's going to come into you, especially if you guys been in no contact for a long period of time. I don't think this person, again, they're thinking very logically, and that's where the King of Swords is coming in. I think they're trying to do that. I want to do this the right way with my person. I really want to get to know them all over again. So if anything, I could see them asking you out to go on a date. Hey, can we go somewhere and talk? That's kind of more what I'm getting than them just coming in with a dramatic appearance saying, let's get back together. It's like, and again, I agree with that. I have to say your person, there's something about this person's maturity is completely flipped. All right, so when it comes to that King of Swords energy, that's what I'm saying, like, you know, and that's where I was kind of getting right there. Like, this person is trying to handle things a little bit more maturely. They're not going to come in dramatically. And as bad as it sounds, this person's, again, never told you how they really felt about you. They're not going to come in dramatically. I think it's going to be a connection where they're going to ease their way up. They want to see where you're at with them. Nine of Cups. Nope. Okay, there's the Devil right there. Oh, there's that Three of Swords that keeps popping out again. What's this what is this Devil? That is clearly significant. That's twice that's done that. Eight of Pentacles. There's something they want to prove to you first, like how much they've grown. And that's where the Three of Swords has come in, is maybe I'm getting a lot apologies of how they treat you. Like, look how much I evolved. I've worked on myself. I got away from my family. Maybe there's going to be another bonding moment of look how much I've accomplished because of you. Same thing with you. How much they got away from that Devil energy. Six of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. It's talking about growth. Heavy earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's also air sign energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I almost wanted to say Aries. Aries is clearly significant here. Okay, but yeah. Maybe there is something that's coming up within between you and your person, because if this collective, if you're already doing mission work, okay, if you're already helping people, doing things that you want to do, I think you're inspiring this person to be better, maybe following an avenue that they want to go to, not something their parents have pushed them on to. You know what I'm saying? Page of Wands, what's this good news? Ace of Swords, communication. It's coming. Like I said, I am not seeing union. I think it'll take growth, time. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Let me do one more for that Devil. Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, and then the Four of Swords in reverse. This is good. This is talking about growth. I'm seeing a lot apology, because that Three of Swords, I think this person's going to be a shock to you. I'm even hearing the way that they look when you see them in fall time is going to be like, what? You never used to look like that. There is going to be a different person coming out. Yeah, Magician. Your person. Their higher self. One more for that King of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Now it's upright where before it wasn't. King of Cups, shut up. They're going to be emotionally available to you now. This is beautiful. I would definitely say before the end of the year is up, I could see a reconciliation coming. Right now, there's way too much chaos and way too much tension going on. Let this person get their crap together, and they got to do it on their own. They got to be a big boy. They got to be a big girl and do it. Okay, 3, 2, 1 on my timer. 3, 2, 1 action. I'm hearing it's go time, buddy. I know I said this, but let me just do a couple more of fall time to kind of confirm what I was feeling about winter, and then we'll strengthen. Eight of Swords. Okay. What you're kind of, both of you are essentially being guided to right now is kind of getting out of your own head for the time being. Stay in this belief, this collective, you're doing great. Again, if this is your read, it's kind of more of a confirmation for you that everything that you've ever felt and believed in is right. Let me do a few of my oracles to kind of confirm this reading. Ugh. And then I will move on to dates and all that sort of stuff. The blessed child, lost innocence, and then purity right there. I'm hearing you have gifts with that blessed child. Number 9 could be very significant, okay? There is something literally you're blessed with. Maybe this collective you are. That's what I'm saying. I brought up religious trauma. Maybe that's kind of applying to both. I feel like both of you went, unfortunately, through very similar things, okay? Maybe this collective, maybe you were the one that went through very much religious trauma of some form. Maybe you dealt with that way more than this person did, because I always say majority of feminines are a little bit more spiritual, and especially this collective, if you're into witchy spiritual clearly you are, then maybe your person is. And I feel like now your person's just catching up to that. But maybe at a very young age, you develop mediumship, psychic abilities, and like maybe that was something that, sorry, trigger warning, your family kind of made you feel crazy about, and now you're embracing it more. Maybe that is a healing thing in your personal life you're going through, is recovering from religious trauma. Number 44, armadillo basket, grounding, fierce protection. Oh, I feel like, the way the 44 is, I think I already said that, I can't remember. Loyalty. The way the both of you separately, doesn't matter how sour things ended, it's like there is an energetic protection. It's like maybe that's another sign. If you're into witchy stuff, maybe you've always sent this person protection, as far as like, protected them with your energy, protect them with their spell. I think this person's always done that in their own right too. Maybe not light up a candle, but they've always, I feel like this person deep down, again, unexpressed emotions I feel like this person's always embodied if somebody ever hurts my person, I'll come after them. There is something about, with that fierce protection, your person is a fierce person. They're a lot more aggressive than you are. They do look at you as innocent. The Grove, divinity and in awe, 22. You guys are in awe of each other. This is such a beautiful reading. Let me do one more and I'll get date cards and all that jazz. Psalm book, rejoicing in faith. That there's a reason the Bible's there. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this collective, you grew up in a strict religious household, maybe for your person as well, but maybe this collective, but with that faith, that's what I'm saying. Right, number 32, you're being guided right now to have faith on your manifestations for the time being. A Bible could be very significant. You could have actually just read a Bible verse specifically for Psalms of David. The name David could be significant. Okay. All right. These are significant memories, birthdays, upcoming ones to think about. We've already said I don't think this person will come in till fall time. Okay, but these, to confirm, this is, 2 days from now or 2 days ago, January, winter, the 24th, 3 months from now or 3 months ago, Valentine's Day, the 7th, 3 years from now or 3 years ago, you guys could have been separated for 3 years, spring, April, February, March, and the 8th. Okay, I can't grab anything. Okay, let me get initials. First, last, middle names if this is really a reading, okay? Your initials got to be in here. Oh. O, P, U, D, M, W, A, G, X, G, F, R, X, I, R, S, Z, N, K, V, H. Okay. Now let me get angel numbers and we'll be done. These are angel numbers you're probably already seeing right now. Okay. 1212, 2424, 5555, 1234, 1144, 555, 9999, 2112, 1221, 1616, and 1919. All right. That was actually a really beautiful reading. And again, guys, if you don't want to wait on this person, if you're like, oh, heck no, I'm not waiting till fall, that's up to you, and that's completely okay. But I could really see a beautiful outcome coming out between you and this person, all right? But until then, you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you babies later. Bye.